All right, we're going to get this going here. You'll bear with me. There are some kinks we're ironing out.
All right, we're going to get this going here.
But
You'll bear with me.
here we are. There's another one. Okay. Topic today. Briefly going to go through it. 5 steps for minimizing financial feuds in marriage. The reality is that 83% of couples will argue about money. This is a study from 2010. More arguments are surround money than they do in-laws, careers, intimacy, anything. It is the number one topic of the arguments. It is not the cause, as is so often reported or so often believed. It's not the cause of divorce. Money is not the cause. Money is a tool. Money is the subject of arguments. We're going to go through what the real problems are. And to be honest, the biggest problem is there's failure to communicate. I had a nice video all set up for you. What we have here is a failure to communicate from Cool Hand Luke. That breakdown in communication is based on issues that need to be resolved in the relationship itself. First of all, the lack of a financial vision. You have a couple who is arguing about money because they do not agree on its purpose or how to use it. It's the same about two people who want to argue about a hammer or a saw or a nail gun. They're going to argue about it if they don't believe if they're not on the same page about what they're trying to do with it. So having a financial vision for the future, that's the main reason, the first reason why couples argue about money. They don't see themselves in the same place in the future. The financial vision being what they want to do in the future that's going to require money. We're talking big picture, not the day to day or even month to month or even year to year. We're talking about what is it they want to have a home that they own or a second home if they're that successful. Do they want to live in a certain area? What type of activities do they want to do in the future? Working, retired, so forth. So a lack of a mutually agreed upon financial vision for their future. Number one reason why couples argue. Number two, mismatch in financial goals. You might have this financial vision that you finally agreed to, but how do you get there? Goals are different than a vision. A vision is long-term, general. Goals are going to be more short-term, about a year or less. These are kind of the markers along the way that will help the couple reach that financial vision. What are they doing throughout the year, month by month, year by year, to achieve that financial vision? If they haven't, they may have decided and talked generically, oh, we'd love to live on the coast, or we'd love to have a mountain home, that sort of thing. But if they haven't discussed what is it that we're going to do on a day-to-day, month-to-month, year-to-year basis to actually achieve that, they have no goals, they're not working together, and so that their day-to-day money management is not going to match up with their financial vision. So that mismatch of financial goals is another reason. So what are some of the steps to resolving the conflict? One, agree on that financial vision, of course. That one's the obvious one. Then write down the financial goals. It's kind of a roadmap on how to get to that that vision, how to achieve it. That's going to be those goals can be annual, they can be quarterly, they can even be monthly. What you want to get to for the third step, and one of the most critical steps, is the weekly huddle. this is really critical and helpful. One of our former financial educators, she attributed her husband's and her success as a couple financially to sitting down weekly and having a huddle. Now here's, we can go over what a huddle is, but essentially it's meeting at the same day, same time every single week, and talking about going over, okay, what is our goal? Remember what our goals are and our financial vision. What is it that, what bills are due this week and next week? Who's going to pay those bills? How are we going to pay them? Am I going to pay them? Am I going to use a debit card? Am I going to use a check? Are we going to, is it something that we make a purchase in cash? Are you going to pay it online? What day is it due? That sort of thing. It's just a matter of getting prepared for the upcoming week or two, knowing how much money you have in your bank account, and making sure that those bills are paid, and then circling back around to that your list of goals and saying, okay, now what is it that we can do this coming week to come up with an additional $5, $50, $100, $500, depending on your household, that will allow us to get that much closer to those goals. See, once you're meeting as a couple on this weekly huddle, you are no longer combatants arguing about money. You are now teammates pulling each other and supporting each other toward the goal that you both agreed on, because you know where you want to be for financial, on your financial vision. So that commitment, that fifth step, is the commitment to accelerating the goals. So let me just recap as we're coming through here. 1, agree on a financial vision. What is it generally you want to do in the future that's going to require money? 2, break that vision down into annual goals and that you want to achieve, that you'll need to achieve in order to reach that vision. 3, commit to and hold weekly huddles. These are that you are going to review the very basic day-to-day information, bills, who's going to pay what and when over the next couple of weeks. So review, that's holding the huddle is 3. 4 is reviewing the cash that you have and the bills, and then 5 is committing to each other to achieving those goals and doing something about it this week to improve the chances or accelerate those goals. And that, again, that can be an extra $10, $5, $100, whatever it might be in your household case. So that we had to go through quickly in a nutshell those 5 goals. So at this point, let me go ahead and open it up. If there are, I know we have a slight delay in the video, but I think our chat should be working pretty well. So any questions that or comments, if there's things that you've done in your household with your spouse or partner that have been successful, I'd love to hear some of those. What we'll do at this point, let me get this up here for you, to request your certificate of completion for the 5 credit, 0.5, half a credit CEU through financial or partnerships for financial education. You're going to need this passcode, marriage 619, and you'll go to the bit.ly link there. bit.ly/MFL, that stands for Money Fit Live -marriage. So if you'll note that, this, go ahead and head over there. You're going to need to put in your name, your email address, and the only real question you're going to need to answer is what's the passcode, and you have it there, marriage 619. So at this point, This being our very first foray into this live webinar, I do appreciate you joining me, and we'll look forward to you can trust that we'll do a lot better, be a lot better prepared next week, learning from our own experience as we do in finances actually, and excited to see this grow. So thank you very much, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week.